Hello everyone, Venris here, and today we'll be talking about the siege rework because CA just announced that there will be a proving ground for the sieges. On the previous materials and the big blog, I was talking about that at the end of the month. We will be getting a siege proving grounds, and it's happening. It's happening on the 24th of July to the 7th of August. We'll be able to check the proving grounds for Total War Warhammer 3. The sieges are terrible since Warhammer 3 release, and they need a lot of help. And I will say it straight up for this video, this will be a bit of a rant, because the changes that CA is trying to introduce, it gladly it's for the proving grounds, not for the game release actually, just for testing for now, are very plain and insufficient, at least for me. But let's go point. First of all, removal of pocket ladders. This is something that I cannot say it's a bad thing. But what does it mean? Removal of pocket ladder means that the units will no longer have ladders out of their ass and just go on a wall and go up. In actual system right now in the game, this is the best solution to get over the walls. And there are a lot of reasons for it. First of all, the siege equipment, so the siege towers are way too long to build. Yes, battering rams are very squishy. Same thing, they are way too longer to build. Gates on themselves have a little health, so it's easy to just kill them with most of the units. 90% of the units can take them in a matter of a minute or two, in vanilla at least, and some units can take them even faster. So pocket ladders were just the best thing. Immersive braking, yes, for sure, but what the best solution? They want to just totally remove it, not make like the mod that Chaos Ruby did, is that makes that this is like additional siege equipment that you need to create before the siege, which, being honest, was the way better solution. But they said that they are changing it, and this will affect the game in a way that you will have more strategic decisions, that you plan your approach or defense of a siege more carefully. Being honest, this is bullshit. I'm sorry to saying that, but removal of pocket ladders in actual state of the sieges is terrible. Why? Because only way to get to the city for most factions, not all of them, most factions will be by the gate. The gates are very small, narrow passages. They have still, probably will also have with this one, the gate bug. Something that can kill your unit just instantly. The gate shuts on you. It gets to the situation that we will have a choke points when your units will go and just die inside the gate. That's it. Factions that have a good artillery or abilities that can breach walls will just do breaches in the walls, and that's it. And they will just ignore the gates. So removal of pocket ladders right now is terrible solution with the changes that they are want to add, but we'll get those in a minute. Good thing is that you will be able to just enable them in the settings. I know most of you will say this is terrible, why you would want to have the pocket ladders still, but let's go to another point. Siege equipment rebalance. This is actually a good thing. This is a thing that is done in terms of modding for Total War Warhammer series, not only the series of Warhammer, but all the Total War games for decades right now, because this is one value change in the table. This is something to make a mod and upload it to the workshop takes literal 5 minutes to increase their speed, to make that you build them faster. In SFO you build twice fast them, and they are way faster and not building, but like on the battlefield, and also have way more help. So the thing that they want to introduce here, which I'm okay with. This is a great thing. They should do it. This is the point that I really like, and it's good. So this makes that okay. You will want to make towers, the siege towers, and go through to the walls and go other, because we don't have ladders anymore. So this actually points works that we don't have the ladders. But let's go further. Yes, we have increase of towers, of gates health, but what about the defensive towers? Not those that you build, the defensive towers that on the walls. They will be making their damage increase because in vanilla it's pitiful, but they will be making that the range is shorter. And in my opinion, this is terrible change. Why? Because the towers in game right now are 350 range. The settlement tower, all of them on all levels. Imagine right now lowering them down to, let's say, 300 or 250. Makes that 90% of artillery in game is able to just outrange them. Meaning that all the battles, the siege battles will be starting with you just sniping the towers, then sniping the walls because there is nothing that can stop you, and you will just go where you want. There is no strategic decisions here, no strategy at all. Most of the mods that make garrison changes, the siege tower changes, increase their range. Also in SFO. Why? Because it destroys, blocks many situations when you can cheese this, what I just said. So you just snipe the towers and you just go into the settlement, and AI won't just venture, forward in front of the gates or something like that. As a player, you would do it again. No one would do it, but you will be sniped, and you will be sniping AI. So making that towers will be having even shorter range is effectively terrible. CA thinks that those changes will allow to maneuver outside the settlement. You are attacking without being harassed. No, you need to be harassed because there needs to be a force, on you as a player to go and attack. That's my opinion, at least. And I like that the mods are doing things like that increase the range. I would even lower the damage of the towers in vanilla or leave them as it is, but increase their range to make, okay, I need to attack. My artillery is helpful here, but I need to move my troops. Because right now, no one will move their troops. They will just artillery, everything, destroy the walls, and then attack. Because there is also no pocket ladders, so there is no reason for you to storm the walls. Well, you will ask about the siege towers. Yes, you will just get them far back, so they are behind your lines, so towers cannot just attack them, as we still don't have any artillery on walls in vanilla sieges at least, so there's nothing that can stop you. You destroy the walls, you destroy the towers, and you just go. Other way, you can just destroy the towers and use your siege towers because nothing will stop you there, and you will just go. In my opinion, proposed changes, terrible. This is terrible. Let's go further. Battle AI improvements. This is actually that on paper looks great, but being honest, I played a bit recently several campaigns, and I was trying to heavily test the campaign AI changes, and being honest, I don't see any change. Maybe I'm playing this game way too much, but I don't feel any change in campaign AI. As for the battle AI, the only thing that really changed in the span of those 3 games in Warhammer was that AI started to avoid fire from artillery. That was it. I really don't believe that the battle AI improvements will work in the sieges, but if I will be wrong, then I will just make a public apology video about that, if this will be actually a big change. Another thing that I think would be the most important thing that is actually needed right now is a Skaven map improvement. Skaven siege map improvements. And they are saying that the Skaven Empire and Orcs maps are going to have more space and will be less cramped inside. If this is true, this is actually going to be true, then it's going to be fantastic change. And a change that actually can make a difference in terms of the sieges. The rest, as I said, I have a really little faith, or I think some of the changes are just bad. This is a proving ground, so this is my feedback of it. Of course, I will be playing the proving grounds and we'll be seeing how those things look inside the game, but there's a little faith in me about those. They are saying that they want to rebalance the garrisons. Rebalance the garrisons work. So this is, I'm curious, because if they just want to change what units are in the garrison, then it is bland. If they can make a system, actual system, that you pick what units you want to have in specific garrisons for specific settlements based on buildings that you have in this settlement, then it's fucking amazing. Then this system, that's amazing. But we shall see. They thinking about introducing ladders as a constructible siege equipment. There is already amazing mod for that. Just ask the creators to add it. Don't be shy to take stuff from the community after asking them, of course, but I'm quite sure they will allow it. You can just take it with a code and everything. I think 99% of the creators of the mods would allow their stuff to be just added to the game. I hope they will allow, because their mod is way better than the solution of just removing the ladders. They are not changing anything about buildable towers and barricades right now, which are, again, terrible, and I think can be just changed in a very easy way with some values here and there. But yes, TLDR, removal of pocket ladders is a good idea, but doesn't work with the changes that are here. Siege equipment, rebalance, better. This is a good change. This is universally good change, let's call it. Defensive adjustments. So the gates are better, it's good, but the towers having shorter range, it's bad. The thing that I forgot to say is about the attrition. They want to make the attrition damage to be linear, because right now it's 10% per turn. If it will be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 based on the turn, amazing. I think this is a good idea if it's not linear. So actually 2 good ideas. Not everything is bad in this article. Battle improvement. I have no faith that those things will work. AI in this game is just not working. Both campaign and the battles. And let's stop trying to fix it. Let's just make the siege maps better. So this is the thing that I have the biggest hope, that the siege maps will be just better. What's cooking in the future? I don't know. But those changes, being honest, besides them siege map improvements, are a work over one day for one person. Because those are just the value changes. But yeah, sorry for the rant. Because talking about the siege changes, I was actually hoping that we'll be getting something big, and this is looking like just a draft of an idea for proving grounds. Those the things that just no. But as I said at the beginning of this video, if those changes will be actually good and making the sieges way better than they are right now, and not more chiselable as I predict them they will be, I will make a public apology about this. I will make a video, an apology for everything, with examples where I did wrong. But yes, this would be all for this video. Tomorrow on Friday, I will be streaming Richter's campaign for new SFO update, because the Skaven are getting a lot of updates right now in SFO, and we can further talk about those siege changes, because as I said, I'm very curious about your opinion about those changes, how they will look, how they will work, because in the vacuum, on paper right now, I think those changes are quite bad. And they won't fix anything, they will cause way more problems, especially with the gate bugs and the things that I spoke in this video. So yes, that was my light rant and some small praises for the things like the attrition changes or the siege equipment rebalance, but that's sadly all. Remember that you can always subscribe to the channel if you like it, leave the comment, and support SFO Patreon, because right now it's very helpful, especially with the content drought that we have for Total War Warhammer that we are fighting with the Skaven update that is coming very, very soon. Okay, thank you very much. I was Vendris, and remember to take your pocket ladders out of your pockets when you are cleaning your clothes, because they can destroy the dryer or something. Bye!